Okie dokie, I'm going to try a match with my 3-star team, with a 3-star-ish team, I should say. Well, it is 3-star. I've only got one black ball in Godin, just in case. I've had a decent results with these mob, but I mean, you play against the right kind of player, they can give you an absolute hammering, so I always go in expecting the worst. I know it's an uphill battle with these lot, and it can be, because as you can see, I've kind of levelled up a lot of those players at silver level. I mean, even Ruben Vezo, he started off at 75, I've got him up to 78. And as you can see, he's fast, decent defensive chops and pretty physical, just doesn't pass, dribble or shoot very well. Kerr's just an absolute monster in this. I do believe he's this year's Kimpembe, and that kind of silver baller level defender, good pace, defence, physical. Fidal, you can see the speed's not quite there with him, but he just seems randomly good at times. Ismaili's a good left back. I kind of alternate between him and Strinic, but Ismail at the moment, for this particular lineup, just because of his pace, because I will utilise attacking fullbacks when possible. And the reason De Silvestri's in is that fullback finisher, and I've also levelled him up from, what was that, did he start at 77, 78, up to 80. Kind of tall, heading skill, and he cuts inside if I'm not using, if I set it to attacking fullbacks, he'll overlap outside very much. If not, his inclination is just to try and cut inside. Ander Herrera is naturally a centre midfielder, but he does have anchorman, and anchorman only triggers at defensive midfield, I believe. So even though it's a secondary position and he does take a wee OVR drop, he will play anchorman as a defensive midfielder. Rincon is just turbocharged, runs about, proper destroyer. So what I've been reading is, it seems to be, if you think of an anchorman, will move laterally across the field more, and the destroyer is somebody who'll press. Now that can be an issue maybe with centre backs, and it's something I want to kind of keep an eye on in this match. I think it can work for you for the long balls, because guys will get you know, your defenders will get right on top of the player, or any kind of longer balls that are fed into feet. Maybe though the through balls will catch him out. Now Barella is not a natural AMF, but as you can see, silver level. I actually spun a Barella last night, pumped him into my existing Barella, and there you can see he's up to level 49 and 84 OVR as CMF. When these positional trainers come out, I think he's my first one I want to kind of get some training on in AMF, because the formations I tend to use are Elenichev and Dalic, and both utilise AMFs, and I just think if I can get him boosted up to a good level at AMF, that would be pretty damn sweet. Because I should, hopefully the logic is, if you do positional training, you'll see an OVR boost. And even though he's an orchestrator, which means he'll drop deep, at least he'll be doing it. You know, that card won't activate the orchestrator, and he does have all the skills in the box just to be naturally a great creative playmaker. Bozok is another one who I've spun a duplicate of and pumped him into him, and now you can see he started off at 77 OVR, he's now up to 82, and he's on form this week. And I have been playing Giro there, but I'm going to try Raul Jimenez. In fact, I'm not. Do you know what? Raul Jimenez has got Super Sub, and Super Sub works really well, I'm finding. So I will bring Giroud on, because Giroud is a bit of a freak and is in form. So we'll go from there, I think. The only other thing I would consider here would have been bringing in Vida, because he can play centre back and either a full back position. However, Tufan and, is it Tarnat Xhaka, is that his name? Very similar players in that they can play, they're defensive midfield registered, but can play across the back line as well, albeit it's just a drop down to 75 for them. But decent-ish utility options, I feel. However, I'm dithering over whether just to chance it on Vida, who means I need to do a contract renewal if it was Vida in it. Where are you, mate? Where is Vida? There he's there. Alright, he's cool. Okay, so he comes in. And as you can see, defensive fullback style. So if I play him in either fullback side, he's going to be a more defensive minded fullback, especially, well, definitely when I've got attacking fullbacks off. Now, probably not vital 4-5 at the back if I was playing against another 3-star strength user, although that's all depends as well. But given I'm going into this Suicide Cup, he's a good option just to stick there and just go, right, it's pretty much he stays back and his Miley or De Silvestri will do their attacking thing naturally. So we'll give it a go, we'll see what happens here. It's the first time I've streamed. I've played against a fair few lag cheats in this cup. I can't rule out that some of it's just general connection woes, but the last game I played, and that was this afternoon, was a joke. I won it 2-0, but that was after the guy had blatantly paused and blatantly started dicking about with the connection. And the reason he was doing that is, I believe, well, it could be his character, but it was also the fact that it was against a 5-star featured player of the week user, who was playing against a 3-star team and just started to feel entitled. Now, slight balls up here is that I might need to take Barella out and bring Payet in. Oh, he's went up. As you can see, I've got, see the amount of black balls I've got, and it is literally, in the last 2 weeks, I've just been playing for the GP to spin, and I think they've been generous with black balls because there are featured players of the week that people can just go out and buy. So that is something I would give as advice. Just keep on playing. It's 25k, you get 3 players, so if you land, say, a cracking gold, or you know, you could land a cracking silver as the top player, but remember those 2 other players. I have spun 2 weeks ago using GP, and I landed 2 black ball players and a gold, I think, in 1 spin. It can happen. I wouldn't say do it in the hope that happens, but it can just randomly materialise. In fact, I know it was James Rodriguez and Christian Eriksen I got in 1 spin, and I can't remember who the gold ball player was, but that happened. Now, if you do spin and you get duplicates, well, it depends on the duplicate clearly, but in the case of somebody like, he's not here, but Serdar Aziz, he starts off, I think, at a 78 OVR. I spun him again, chucked him on Serdar Aziz that I had, and it took him up to 83. In the case of Lobotka, I think I put a video up where I got 250,000 XP from him, and he was the first player that I ever done it with, and I don't know if that was just because it was the first time I did it with a player. It was just going, right, you can do this, you know, this is what can happen maybe. But that was 250,000 XP, and it took him right up to 85 OVR. I've maxed them out, so all there is left to do with Lobotka is to I can just invest in positional training and also skills training. So that's actually quite good. I like that, because now it's not just about if you level out the player, there's nothing really left to do with them. They're just a cracking player now. I know for me that would be good enough, but the fact is there's an extra step to that development I can use now. I don't need to worry about chucking XP trainers into that player. It's just about, okay, if I get a positional trainer or a skills trainer, I'll start throwing them into that player. And Lobotka is good. The only issue with Lobotka is it seems to be form. So, right, so as you can see, I've taken it over into a 4-star, but that's just because of the players I've brought in. And it is the crap cup, so that's the title of the video. Done already. We'll see what we get served up here regards both connection quality and opponent. I can never rule out going into these matches and getting hammered 5-0. It does happen. So we'll have a wee venture online. Might just be the one match. The idea really was to just go 3-star, but because it's this crap cup and you get a bonus with a featured player of the week, which I'm going to touch on actually, probably after the match is played, if we get a connection. If it dicks me about, I'll just pull out and then just, I'm not published this stream anyway, so there we go. So we're going up against 5-star. I try not to look at what they've got, so well, this guy might be pretty handy. So this immediately becomes a worry. Not only that, see when I play against German players, I've played against a lot of lag cheats when they're German. And I hate to say it, it's generalising, but it has happened to me. I can't deny it. Right, not blessed exactly, although Godin can step in. A wee bit scunnered there. He's the best option at the two, isn't he, really? Right, so he's playing with featured player of the week. Let's see. Thalvin's a featured player of the week. His level 30 Messi is. His Draxler is. His Pepe is. His Paquetá on the bench is. His Vanaken is. And his Bernardoni keeper is. So is his Benitez. Oh, quickly. So with that in mind, I'm tending to do this. It might not work. Oh, got that a wee bit wonky. So one is defensive, just to cover Thalvan, and then I'll do a tight marking job on fuck. Messi. I'm going to get hammered here, I can just tell. But as you can see, I've got no qualms about setting up, trying to set up a wall against players like this. So let's see what happens. It's going to be very much a game of counter-attack. I suspected, I knew as soon as I pressed ready to start, that guy was ready, just like, bring it on. And you know what? He might be right, he might just walk right through me. It's an away fixture, it's the crap cup. We'll see what happens.
Wherever you are on this most pleasant evening, there has been.
But this guy's had the game from the start.
For a much anticipated game.
It's not to say that he's spending money necessarily, but he's obviously this feels a wee bit triggering Kofi already. So I'm taking my Gegen press and my attack fullbacks off here. But these games can be ugly with this formation, and he's a fucking auto passer as well. So it's level 3 passing I'm up against, I've coupled with this. So this could be a fucking annihilation, unfortunately. Because what I've noticed is, oh, damn it, aim was off. What I've noticed is that level 3 passing doesn't just help these chumps pass the ball with reckless abandon. I think it helps the positioning. It is proper stabilisers on football. And there we go. The old secret tackle malarkey.
It's a brilliant interception. Away from immediate danger. It's Cristiano Ronaldo. He's played him free.
Ah, see, that was kind of glitched out in me there.
Sterling plays it in. Stuttgart, a team you've seen play, Jim. What can you tell us?
Well, quick two-touch football can be difficult to execute, but these players can take it to one-touch passing, and living with that is not easy.
Oh, super tackle. They were outnumbered and under the cosh.
Oh, I've dropped the line too late there, like they kind of have it. So dropping the line's a good idea, but the problem is if you do it too late, if you do it too late, there's a slight pause, there's a slight hesitation when you do manual line management, so you want to try and do it as early as possible.
Really must have felt he had the measure of the
But the auto passing is obvious with this guy. And this is just what you're going to face in the crap cup sometimes. You can tell by the pace of the passing, he's not pointing at it, he's just, it's all very approximate, and he's getting perfect purchase in the passes. As you can see there, he gets help on the pressuring.
Good running with the ball. Can they build on it? Oh, good interception.
I do have problems, I mean I will admit it, I'm not great at defence for some reason when it comes to...
Now it's Messi.
There we go again, look at that. And that's not all down to my positioning or player switching, that's just down to auto passing, kicking in from playing the perfect ball.
Vieira gets it back. Forward it goes.
Do
Payet.
a shit like that as well. That's what else the level 3 passing helps with.
And it's been taken
Secret
straight
tackles.
back. Now it's Giroud.
Well, I think that might well put him off watching tonight's highlights.
Or made up tackles I should say. Oh!
Peeking, goes looking.
I seen a wee glitcheroo there.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Good tackle.
Reaching tackle. He is not one readily to admit defeat. Don't be surprised if he tries that again. He's made certain
They need to do something. See what they need to look at is the impact of a black ball player, because that was another kind of made up position and just I can't do anything about that. Even there, I'm just about getting off. Fuck. Ah. Probably should have went for a height shot there, to be honest. I might have beat the keeper. I'm very, very prone to going for the low drill, the advanced shooting.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
Picked the wrong pass there. It picked the wrong pass for me. So obvious.
Messi.
So here's a wee player of the week bullshit run here.
Right, Sterling.
You see that? Perfect pass. And he's just ready to tap through ball again. Without any sense of needing to press the direction, it'll just do it for him. And his pressuring works fine for him as well.
No, that's not the ball he wanted. Look, there's no doubt that the manager is trying to get his team to play a game that's possession oriented.
Fuck off,
the
man.
amount of interplay is now short and brisk.
Good idea, just poorly executed. Drexler proves too strong there. He's tried one.
Fucking leather them there.
Threat.
That'll do me. Get a wee bit annoyed.
De Silvestri. Messi.
So there we go again. See, that is black ball. That's Insigne. Just because he's black ball, he'll block it. He'll block a cross attempt easily. He never had to do anything there and got the block.
Plays it forward.
Now I know there is the thing, certainly it was the case in PES 2017, as long as you're holding X down and pointing towards the player, he will try shit like that, but my feeling is when it comes to black ball players, it does all that for you, and if you're using level 3 passing, you're going to get away with a lot. You're not going to have to put a lot of spade work in.
Build up their confidence and not rush into mistakes.
And this is an issue with the game, I have to say. These folks who want to play, I'm not saying this guy does necessarily, but it looks like it. But I say that, I've got players of the week from the last couple of weeks as well, but I don't have 6 or 3 from each week. You know, I'll pick up one because I do a coin save thing from the 3 coins you get through the weekly, from the daily logins.
Need to get the balance right to sort this out. Ambition must be complemented by just the right amount of caution. I think the more experienced players can oversee that.
Now it's the Silvestri.
He was offside and was just trying to play on there. Goal!
Peter, they play the high line well, but it's always vulnerable to pacing behind.
But yeah, these types of players, I'm sorry, level 3 pass support users should be just in their own space in this game.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
I don't care. I mean, they say that you won't be restricted to your opponent type, but it seems to be even more than last year, the last couple of years, if I'm being honest. Oh, come on, Bozok.
Peter, we can only applaud that quality of tackle in the circumstances. It was probably goal-saving.
Another wee glitcheroo there, just as he's coming through it.
Silvestri. Now it's Paye.
There again. He's not even needing to do anything there to defend
Messi.
effectively.
Sterling. And it shoots. Great save. Real class.
Well, what can I say? Truly wonderful goalkeeping. Stuttgart have really
So you can see my passing, it's not that I'm bad at passing, it's just I'm using level 1, so I need to get my angles and my powers right. This guy's just tapping buttons. And it helps with their defending, it helps with everything about their match, their gameplay.
Rincon. Sergio Ramos does well there, alert.
See?
He's through the middle.
Really easy because he's just tapping buttons. Fucking garbage, to be honest with you. I've not played well as well, I'm not taking my chances, but absolute minimum effort there. And you can see that, you can feel it with a level 3 passport guy because it's like you can't get near them.
A lovely understanding between both players. I mean, that's clearly tailored on the training ground and delivered beautifully on match day.
They don't need to do it, it's minimal effort football.
Have a couple of goals without reply.
And it's horrible because, you know,
Turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter.
I need to share this space with these fucking idiots, to be honest with you. And they're just simpletons to me. Maybe kids, right? That's fine. Kids should be able to play football games. It's fucking no doubt about it. It's, you know, it's the world's game, etc. But I want these players who use level 1 pass support to be miles away from me. Look at that. It's just perfection with every single touch. And it's not because it's black. It's not strictly black ball players. Even that through ball there. It's got me on the stretch because he's not doing it. And there's my through ball, right?
And it's Paye. It's got through to him. Can he finish?
That'll do.
Really well taken.
Get the ball, Giroud. Get the ball.
Well, the goalkeeper would have helped to make his mind up on how he was going to finish it.
Goals feel earned. See with these, you're using level 1, you're using advanced shooting. Things like this feel earned. And yeah, maybe I'm my own worst enemy because I insist on using. There's a game plan here. Maybe I should do similar. Right, I've got some players too, mate. Payet is getting a bit knackered. Paqueta's like for like. Di Silvestri. Well, I'm picking attacking fullbacks now, so I don't want to necessarily bring on Vida. My issue would therefore be the fact that Rincon's up for it but knackered, so I'm going to risk Gagliardini. And Jimenez being a super sub, along with Giroud. So I've got a target man, a target man and a tall target man like goal poacher. So let's see what I get for this, if anything. Didn't even look at the time on the clock there, which is probably wise. Right, I'm going 1 up and attacking.
To turn to their benches. We have got ourselves a game here.
This feels sluggish again. Yeah, all the responsiveness is fucked. Look at this, man. That is not bad defending. It's just they get. Look, this one as well. Look, see, utter horse shit. He's not playing with any skill. He's just hit and pass. Nothing. No aim required, just tap, 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 tap. And it makes you fucking feel stupid. He's getting all, you know what I mean? He's getting all smug. This guy is not playing with any level of skill. It's just tap, tap, tap.
The manager would have been, go on and make yourself a nuisance and see if you can snatch a goal. Mission accomplished.
There was nothing to that. Shit goal.
Stuttgart 2 up and into a position of real strength.
And I'm getting the fucking lag. I'm getting the... you can see it, you feel it at every movement.
Godin.
And I'm going to be honest right now, see if I find out that this game is fucking favouring people who are paying this money. It's giving them, it's greasing the wheels for them. So, not only are they using fucking auto support, fucking passing, paying money, and the game's like, right, well actually you will get a wee bit of fucking, it's going to happen again. Game glitched there also.
Ronaldo threads one through.
It's going to come straight to him. I had that pressed. It's just deciding I'm losing this one, folks. That's all it's doing here. It's a sluggish mess as well. And again, it's fucking German players or Portuguese players. See, there's my through balls because I'm using level 1. Wait till you see his through ball. Look, tap, 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 tap. He's going to tap it back here. He's going to do a 3 square up goal because he thinks he's fucking hot shit. There's a fucking level 3 support helping him with his defending as well. So, irritating if only because I know what I was up against there. It's, you know, I have went to play the Cup. I've got an XP trainer out of it. But it is just so obvious that, you know, level 3 support, Konami make, I know why they say, right, it should be there. I know why it has to be there. Football is the world's game, do you know what I mean? It should apply to all ages. But this is not football. I am playing a different form of this game than these guys. It's not like I'm using manual passing. I'm using a level of pass support here. But as soon as they use level 3, they think they don't need to think about anything. It's just if they get their superstars and just hit pass, pass, through ball, pass, 1, 2, they're just going to get through you and you don't get near them because the ball physics, because the ball moves differently for them. They're able to play at a different pace. There's no thought required. And I think personally, see, even if it means I need to wait a wee bit longer in a game in the Crap Cup to play against users who are using PA2 or PA1, so be it. Let these guys who want to spend money, if they're spending money and just want to hit tap, pass and through ball in their evenings in their spare time, just for a sense of fucking superiority, keep them away from me. Keep them away from me, and I know there are many players who are like-minded like me. This is I actually enjoy PES this year. I really do enjoy this game. But when I face this kind of shit, it's just like, okay, in this particular match, I'm not playing in a level playing field. I mean, that goal's just crap. In my opinion, you know, he was loving it. He's like, oh yes, look at that. But he didn't do anything. There was nothing there that was particularly special. Look at that, every single one of his shots on target. So are mine, fair enough. But as you've seen yourself there, folks, I'm using advanced shooting. I'm not just tapping a shoot button. So, frustrating. Max power's my arse. I might actually just block a player like this, to be honest with you. I know you only get 300 blocks, but just the more of these level 3 clowns I block, the better, I figure. But the thing is, he's having his fun. Yeah, that is something in itself as well, if you ask me. So my rank has tanked because I'm just building a squad. I'm not trying to fucking compete with these daubers. That was not. I've played against guys of that rating using the same passing configuration as me. You can tell The matches are quite intense. You know, I was up at that rating a couple of weeks ago. You play against like-minded players who are that level, it's a different ballgame to that there. That guy has got, that's an inflated ranking because all he's doing is tapping his pass. Just tapping buttons. He's not having to think about anything. General direction, hit the button, it'll get there. And I'm sorry, people know me as somebody who is friends with people that work on the game, but this does ruin the experience a little bit. I even played, and I know this is something they could maybe fix, and I think they have tried to fix, but there was experiences I was having in divisions matches when I was looking for similar pass support level, and I played a guy, and I sent him a wee message at the end just saying, level with me, I'm just curious, are you using pass support level 3? And he's like, that, yeah, but I'm using 3-star strength squad. And I was like, no, I know you are, because I've asked to play similar strength squad, you know, I've set my filter to play similar strength squad. He's like, I'm not having a go, but if you're using pass, you know, it was basically, my logic was, right, I just want to know. And he said, yeah, I use pass support 3. His reasoning for it was, but I am using explicitly 3-star squad. That's fine. You know, that's alright as far as I'm concerned. As somebody who's kind of probably got their own wee way to play the game, could have been a younger player, just somebody maybe who knows much time in their hands, more kind of pick up and play type player, but has a way he wants to play the game. However, I shouldn't need to be faced against those guys. There should be clear partitions. And no wonder, it must be a pain in the ass. I mean, I'd love to play this in manual passing. I might still explore that just to see how it goes with getting, you know, connections and stuff, you know, how quickly it takes to get matches. But it must be really annoying for those guys who want to play manual passing in my club, and there are people who do it, and then they go, and then every week it's like, yeah, guaranteed goal ball if you win 3 matches in a row, and they're like that. I want to play manual, and I know I might play against some auto passing lunatic, and it's just, it's two people playing two different versions of what this game offers. So, not a huge list. I probably sound more annoyed than what I really am, to be fair. I know that can happen, and the fact is, you know, I could have played better there. I'm playing 5 at the back, I didn't commit men forward, but like I say, I've played against like-minded players who are higher ranked than me, you know, not in my current rank, when I was up further, who were, you know, way higher ranked than me with that 5 at the back formation, and beat them, and they're using level 1 passing, or maybe they're using PA2, because the tempo, there's a little bit more, it's a little bit more equal. As soon as it has pass support 3, everything's the same pace for these guys, so they just hit buttons and it just goes, it's just homing right into them. And it's crap. It's crap to play against. Probably great fun to play with. And trust me, I've not done it yet, but my mindset is, you know, see when it comes to every week, when the first challenge comes up, when you get your spin for winning these crap cups, my temptation is just to go, you know what, sorry, I'm just going to play pass support 3 to clear the cup, get the spin, and then I might go back to it, especially for the XP. If they're going to continue with this, you'll get XP trainers, which is a good thing. Only issue I've got there is that those XP trainers are tied to players of the week as opposed to the pool of players. Although a couple of weeks ago, sorry, I tell a lie, I think last week it was, if you spun any players from the offerings, they were the ones that gave you the special XP trainers. So, yeah. However, I'm not too fussed there. I actually missed what type of scout I got, which is a bit annoying. So, I'll see if I can identify from scrolling through. Pardon me. Nope. Bugger. I was hoping it was an Italian League Scout. I just need, see, all I need is Italian League Scout, 3-star heading, heading 3-star, and they're all free scouts. So Italian League 3-star, heading 3-star, and centre midfielder 3-star. A combination anyway that will give you silver players, and I will get Cristante because I've already got Gagliardini and I've already got the white ball in that little pool, which was Minari, who's actually alright for a white ball player. Just a big tall lanky, he's a big heavy guy. He's actually kind of fun to use in wee VCOM matches because he's just a bit of a tank. Kind of slow but can be graceful freakishly. So, what was I going to cover before I just log out of this now? So yeah, I'd generally say, I mean, as you can see, I've got 20,000 GP there. I've got a lot of players out of contract, but this pool of Magic Moment stars seems to have, because they're players who have the new skills, one or more of the new skills, I thought, you know what, I'm going to hammer that this week. I'm going to really just play to spin, play to get, play to kind of spin that agent. I know those players on there I've already got, and I'm happy to acquire them again because I can chuck it on the existing one. And no matter who that is, there's probably a few silvers. There will be. I will have a cull eventually, make a big cut. I mean, as it stands now, I've got enough players that I could cut and chuck them onto one player and take them right up to a stupid level. But because I'm playing for the spins, I'm running out of contracts and as well keeping everything I've got just now anyway. So I would kind of advise that if you've got the time, that is. Which takes me on to featured players of the week. Now, I personally, I fielded Pyatt there because I was able to use him, but I'm not one to go, right, I've got all these players, and I have got plenty of players of the week. I've got the manager that would allow me to go up to 5-star team strength easily. I'm not interested in doing that. But with regards to featured players of the week, it's all about just saving the coins. So I think I calculated it out that you get 100 a week maybe, or just over every week you get 100. So it's just about saving. Now what I did was I kept some by. In fact, see the day the game was released. Fact is, I got sent the game, so I had the 1,000, and at that point I hadn't bought copies for someone I know, because I always buy a copy anyway. I thought, right, well, I'll pay back into the game, pay back into the product a bit, I'll buy some coins. So I bought another 1,000. The more I think about it, see if you were to spend, if you save coins, that's one way of doing it, definitely. If you just commit to saving until you end up with 300 odd or something like that. What that means is like, see when it comes to a week, because what I'm noticing is the VCOM has a featured player of the week bonus thing, as does the online cup, or there will be. It's just a case of what I would do is first is look at it and see what the bonuses are. Now if it's the case that the online cup thing is just like, you just need to have featured players from what that week's pool special agent is, not necessarily featured players of the week, the big kind of 450 pool of players, then fine. But if the other VCOM option says if you field a featured player of the week in this VCOM challenge, it's worth investing, because that's going to give you 1.2 and you can actually build GP up quite quickly. So I can actually do that because I've got, is it Prato? No, sorry, Enzo Perez. I actually had 130 coins last night and I thought, you know what, I'll spin one more just to get another player, because I was getting a bit bored because it was taking me ages to, I was getting a bit hooked on Sim, and while Sim is actually a decent GP resource, it can take a wee bit of time because I'm aiming with 2-star on Sim, and it's fun just to take part in, and can be an easy 2,000 GP per match because my team's doing pretty well in it. But as you know, that's 10 matches, wouldn't even get me a spin there. It would just get me short of, actually. Oh no, would it? I can't mind. Anyway, if you did, and I know this isn't what people are wanting to do, and I certainly wouldn't want to. I just bought the coins at the start because it's like I said, I get sent a copy of the game, so I hadn't paid for a copy of the game initially, and I thought, right, I'm going to just pay something in, because I do that, you know what I mean, it's friends who work on it and stuff, and I thought, right, support the game, I'll buy some coins. But I was thinking about it, I think, see if somebody was to spend, how much is it? £2.79, right? So that would be, what's that? That's 350 coins. You buy those 350 coins and you don't spend them immediately. And what you do is you just keep it as a float, and then you start to save the coins that you get through logins. I'd also recommend trying to clear the coins available that are available in the My Club records. I've still got one to go, which is a clan match one. Yep. So I've got one more to go, and that would be another 50. So even if I was to get a clan match going, I'm going to get another 30 or 40 coins from my login some point in the next few days. I can get a player from that featured players of the week. And, you know, again, I only stress this as picking them up not to build super teams. Do that if you want. I don't think it's much fun. But just in order to help generate your GP or allow you to get the XP trainers. So if you bought that 350 as the kind of initial starting point, then just started to save coins after that, it means that you're probably in a place where every week you might, for a period anyway, you're in a position to pick one from each pool. That's if they continue to do featured players from featured clubs and a featured player of the week pool, and each of those offers something. So you go in with your 200 coins and just say, I'm just going to spin someone from there, and it might be the player that you wanted. It might be an awesome player who you really actually want and would like, and just happens to be in that list and you get them. Great, you've got a Black Ball version. That's how it was for me with Perisic, for example. But you can get somebody to think, you know what, it's just a player, I'll just stick him on the bench throughout this week, and I know that it's going to trigger the bonus. And now you could do it for the two pools, or you could do it for the one. You could say, do you know what, when I play VCOM, like I've done it a lot this week, I've just played against River Plate a lot, and I get 1.2%, put a 5-star strength team, not playing with a 5-star strength team, just making sure the bench is loaded with high rated players. And then just playing development level starting 11 and not making any subs and just hammering it and just come what may be the calm, although my record against that River Plate side using the development kind of level squad is pretty much I've only lost the odd game. Now what that gives me is then 3,300 points per victory. So what I could do here is, if I play 2 matches against River Plate, I've got enough to spin again. So that's what I would say with regards to utilising coins, and any potential spend that you would want to do in coins. Strictly just that £2.79. You know, just have a wee float there, 350, and then just allow the login coins to rack up, and then you should be able to at least guarantee yourself a situation where you can get yourself one player of the week. Without really spending anything at all apart from that £2.79. However, what I say, you can just save them and just miss weeks. It's not vital. I'm not certainly saying, oh dear, news just coming to me via my phone, my wee news app. Bill Cosby sentenced to 10 years in prison. Oh my god. So yeah, that was it really. So like I say, it was a quick game. I'm actually, in some ways, I'm glad that was against a level 3 pass support user with all those players, because I think it does highlight what an issue, you know, a gameplay issue. You know, it's going to be interesting. I do believe that come November again, as they do, when they, you know, if it's scheduled to be a major data pack in November, and they do what they've done the last couple of years and then made the game free to play. It'll be interesting to see. That's maybe where you'll see greater diversity, and you see a lot of players coming in who, yeah, they might spend money because they've only picked up free to play, but you might see a different type of player, and I don't mean a bad one. I mean a better quality player. But that match, in my opinion, was good for highlighting where an issue lies in this game. I do not want to be playing against level 3 pass support users, and the fact is, to acquire the weekly bonuses, I risk my rank getting absolutely tanked, and that is what's happened here. Because I could go through a run of playing 10 guys like that, and yeah, I might get the odd result and stuff, but it's a war of attrition. I want level 3 pass support users to be kept apart from everybody else wherever possible. I just don't think I should be having to play against those players, because they are playing their own little game, and I know for a fact as well, see the guys who are acing this, who are topper rankings and stuff, and I've seen Twitter pictures and stuff, and they've got all black balls and they've levelled all these players up. They're spending fortunes, and see when they're playing the game, they ain't using level 1 pass support and advanced shooting. They're using the most basic, simplest form, fully assisted controls. And yeah, they'll get their kicks from it. I don't want to be playing them. And I hope Konami eventually do something about that and just find a way to partition it greater. Because see, for me, it doesn't work on me. It doesn't make me think, alright, I need to go and spend money on players. It makes me think, alright, actually, and my approach has been very much a Master League one, is it makes me want to just go, right, I'm going to invest in these silver dudes and just make them stronger, so that when even though it falls below 3-star, but I've got a strong 3-star squad. And as you can see, I'm getting to work on some bronze ball players here. Maniatis is pretty good. Mauricio I got last year, he's good. Let's do a quick run through. I mean, see, this is what I mean. I'm just spinning. 3 black keepers already, 3 black ball keepers, 4 golds. It is a little bit too easy, but I'm not trying to think about it too much. I'm thinking that, right, they're just compensating for people who are just spinning GP, because the fact is, every week there's going to be folk spending on both, while there's still 2 pools of players of the week, there's going to be people spending money on that. So they're going to be generous on that front, I think, with black ball players elsewhere. And it is frequency, folks. I know for a fact if I wasn't playing and averaging 2-3 spins, building up the GP for 2-3 spins a day, I'm not going to get the hit rate on black players, but because I have been able to do so, I am getting a decent black ball hit rate. But with regards to keepers for development, my sim squad, this guy's good, Vieira. Now, I'm not going to go through this whole squad, I cannot be bothered. Now, I spun this guy randomly, and I thought, right, bronze ball keeper, I'll stick him in for my sim squad. Now, as you can see, I've got him up to, he doesn't go up that high. I think he only ever peaks at 78 OBR, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because, what's his skills again? Low punt, penalty saver, and he's got captaincy. Captaincy's good if you're somebody who likes to use gegenpress, which I do with my sim squad, because captaincy means to say they won't fatigue as much. Now, the freaky thing about this keeper is, well, there you can see his keeper stats are okay just now. He's got good form, which I like. Especially if you see form this week. I've noticed they're doing a lot more with the form. There is a lot more expansion on that. It's not just like top divisions, it's most divisions. Which is pretty good. But providing he doesn't have a dip in form, he'll be pretty good. Now, the other reason for that is, this guy's a bit freaky. He's got high kicking power, swerve and place kicking, so he's one of these. I've scored a free kick with him in a VCOM game, because I was looking, it came up that he was the best option, from a development squad that I'd fielded. Like, this guy's got place kicking at 78, and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to try and whack one in with him, and he did, he scored. So he's kind of a nice comedy keeper. Begovic is A form this week and seemed pretty class. Now, going down to centre-back sort of development level, Bird is coming along nicely for me. And this guy, who I don't think he's one of these 69 white ball players that becomes amazing. I actually think he might only reach, I don't know what he actually reaches, but he's got captaincy again. His form's not great. He's a relatively tiny centre back. The thing about him is he's fast and he has got the build-up card. So in my sim team, he's quite comfortable passing the ball. And that his inclination is not to hoof it. He's quite comfortable. He seems quite comfortable trying to pass. He's quite fast as well and these are low stats. Do you know what I mean? Because he's white ball and he's not even fully levelled, but he seems quite able. Euronin's good. He's coming along nicely. Defensive fullback and a wee bit of a cult player in my sim squad. Dodgy. I'd see the Form 4 thing. I wish to look at that. I don't know if you or anyone else who plays this game notices that a lot of bronze ball players and especially white ball players are low form, and you're reliant on maybe the form working out for these guys, but a lot of them are bench players. They'll never get the treatment, so they'll stay C, and in my opinion that means the likelihood is they're probably not going to have form for you. Bengtson, I picked him up recently, and I just like the idea that he can play either full back position, so he'll be good for sim. Diesel Vestry's a favourite. Smolnikov I'm using in a sim team just now as I'm just trying to bid to level him up. He's just a good player. Down the list again, so defensive mids, levelling up Montalivo, who I landed randomly. Maniatas is good, Mauricio's good. Viviani I've hardly used, and it's, I'm going to be honest, it's the fact he's one of these nonsense faced looking guys. I just like that. I can't use a guy who looks like that. This guy's okay, he's been alright as well. Again, Anchorman. Down we go again. So centre midfielders. So I'm just kind of picking up on what I'm using in sim just now. Destroyer, Petros, centre midfielder. Good. He's kind of coming onto a game in my sim team. Minari, ancient, but decent form, not great stamina, but good physical contact, jump, kicking power, heading. He's quite a tall lad. Aye. So he's a kind of freaky centre midfielder, very slow, but kind of can be fun to use actually. When I'm using in VCOM matches, he's quite fun. Right midfield developments. Stoica, I think, is one of the youngest players in the game, 16-year-old. Never used him, but he goes up to level 98, and I think it takes me about 70 something. And he's just a bit of a blank canvas, so I'm keeping him just to see if there's anything I can do with him. Brunola's one of these Italian lads that I've got in my team, and he's one of these wee double touch, crossover turn, and track back for the right midfielder's good. He's left footed, so he seems to be one of those cut inside type dudes. Alexic, I'm not 100% sold on him yet, although I'm levelling him up. But again, it seems to be more a utility option with him, because in the AMF, support striker, centre forward as well as right midfield. But the thing with this guy is some skills. I think he had good form a couple of weeks ago as well. Attacking midfielders, Abdul Rahman. He's a sim mainstay. Can he stop scoring goals, creating goals? Good player in the game. Good player in general. Might not look all that, but because of his frame, his ball control and dribbling, he's actually quite good. Diego Rojas, the one and only, absolute cult hero. Up to level 47 with him, he goes up to caps at 80, I think. But the thing with Diego Rojas is it's very deceptive, because that doesn't look like it's a lot, but trust me, this guy can play. and it'll be good to get his stats up. And he's another one who I think as soon as I get skills trainers, I'd love to add something like, you know, ooh, I don't know. See, the thing is, I don't want to do if I wanted to give him controlled chip shot, because his chip shots are just naturally amazing, and I think it's because it's his height. So anything, you know, if a ball lands him and is bouncing up and you hit the chip shot, it's a dipping volley he hits with the chip button. You know, it's not that kind of slow flight. He'll get a proper whack on it. So I don't know if I want to mess about with controlled chip shots, but I would probably think about some other skills for him. Castledine's a wee legend, keeping him. Support strikers, I'm bare on the ground. Player of the week, Messi. Caprari's a good goal scorer for me on Sim. So he's getting kept now and he's levelling up quite nicely. Speedy guy. Caceres I've landed recently and he's playing okay when I'm playing in my VCOM matches. Belotti's my favourite forward. Now kind of going down to this development level on the forwards front. He's good. Tammy Abraham's a good 75 overall striker to get. Jahovic is starting to come into a game for Sim, and he's got very similar. I'm sure it was the time. If I add a first touch pass to him, I'm going to have a Kyalapu, because Kyalapu was very similar last year. High attacking prowess, high finishing, high kicking power, good heading, and decent physical contact. Except this guy is a target man and a wee bit older, but he seems to be one of those natural finishers. Speaking of which, I should probably touch on this guy. So Bozok, right? He's up to level 45 or 63. This guy seems, from what I can reading into that, he seems as though he's destined to become black ball level. Goal poacher. In fact, we'll go the other way because the skills will come last, right? So attacking prowess is already good. Ball control and dribbling, finishing decent, kicking power good, speed, explosive power and balance are good, jumps good. Stamina not great, but look at his form. His weak foot usage and accuracy is spot on as well, and he's young. He's got some dribbling, acrobatic finishing, first time shot, penalty specialist, militia, track, bat and fighting spirit. So a right battler of a centre forward. So he's one. I like Sam Pedri. Stamina's good in him, kicking power, header, finishing decent. And he's still kind of reasonably early in the development cycle. And then if we go down here, Fedrzewski, Argentinian, he's getting near to his level 30. And again with this guy, it's all about the skill set. Heading, chip shot control, acrobatic finishing, first time shot. So he's got all the things needed for a striker. Form's good. Stamina non-existent. Kicking power high, heading's not great, finishing's not great, but he'll get there, he's bronze ball. Herrera's just one of these white ball strikers. Again, a target man. He's got heading and first time shot also. Decent form for a white ball striker, and I think, what level's he at? I just think this guy's a keeper. In the meantime, Shop I managed to pick up through a scout combo, so a free scout combo that was, and I thought I'm trying to build a kind of Croatian Crotalia, I'm calling them, so I thought I'll add him to the pile. And you know, he's not get pure outright great centre forward skills, but it just seems to be like he could be quite a nuisance. Nazareth is another one, hardly used them, but a taller fox in the box. Physicality and speed seem to be the things that he's going to increase on, and again, heading, acrobatic finishing, outside curler. Is he goal poacher? No, fox in the box. Right. Decent form on this guy. And again, I just want to see where to go with him. This guy I've picked up, not used. Plays for Nice. I might convert him to trainer actually. And finally, This is a proper gem to get for yourselves. I believe it's George Weah's son, plays for PSG. 18-year-old goal poacher. Unfortunately, it's one of these abortive generic faces and haircut combos which I just can't stand, but this guy levels up to, he's got 84 levels to go through, but he gets to 86 OVR for a bronze ball player. And if we have a look here, chip, step on control, really good dribbling, that's a really good skill to have. Dip and shot, acrobatic finishing, heel trick, time point cross and release here. And he is gonna be fast. He's gonna have good ball control and dribbling to go with it. So he is a definite gem as far as I'm concerned. Calm playing styles, amazing run, speeding bullet, incisive run, early cross, which is helpful probably in sim. And he's a goal poacher. So we'll leave it there now. Quick wee, well, it wasn't really a quick rundown of the squad. But that's it. I'm going to go away, use this XP trainer, and I'm probably going to hunker down and get a couple of games of ecom done so I go over that £25,000 GP mark, spin again. I might actually do another stream when I've got the GP acquired, so I might come back on then. But I noticed there was a couple of people watching. I'm sorry, it's not the most active of streams, but it was really just to kind of cover a couple of things. And like I said, I wasn't really publishing this stream out. It was just, you know, the default is you need to kind of have it sent out, but I've not linked it up in any, you know, the places I frequent or Twitter or that. So thank you if you have watched, and I'll be back shortly. Goodbye.